Okay, so we're back, and we have Final Fantasy XIV starting now. So, what we're going to be doing today is starting our journey again with a brand new character, replaying all of Final Fantasy XIV from A Realm Reborn straight through to Dawn Trail, and possibly beyond, depending upon how long it takes and if the expansion actually comes out between now and then. Since I know this will be a long journey, we're going to take it nice and slow and have some fun with it. Now, I need to preface this by saying I will be playing this a couple of days a week for X amount of time. I will not be playing on this character outside of stream, so we will always have that option. So if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Captain Milk, and we're going to begin now. Love this cinematic. The proper way to open a new playthrough. Alrighty, so now let's get started with the actual story. So I did roll on the Ether data center, as per usual. However, I moved over to a different server. So this is my main character. But we are going to begin this journey on Siren with a brand new Miko I made, and we're going to have some fun. So let's get started. Now, I believe, let's just click and let's get started. Probably have to wait in the queue. That's fine. It's 10-person queue, the end of all days. Not at all. Now, I will be tanking through this because why not?
Here. Here. Feel.
Boy, you all right, lass? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling on the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness. Now that I look at you, it'll be aether, then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to that stuff than others. See, and now we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Might as well be a bloomin' seasickness. Chip sleeping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck. Get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lominsa's still a fair way off, in case you were wondering, seeing as how you're all awake and now. How about you keep me company till we get there? We can do our best to voice act through this. Them youngins don't much care for conversation, see? Any road. Brennan's the name, and peddlin's me trade. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lass, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you one of the new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. It ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To gain power? To win glory? To amass a fortune? You know what? I'm gonna go with this. Well, if you ain't inclined to tell, I ain't about to pry. Might be as well old Brennan's a chatterbox, but he sure as hells ain't no busybody. We all have a secret or three, don't we? Me? Dozens. And I'd rather they'd stayed secret too, which is why I don't go sticking me nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember though, there are more than important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no point in being dead and all, and that's a fact. Ooh. Ships off the starboard bow, pirate colors. Pirates. Bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below. What is the world a-comin' to? Pirates firing that ship flying Lominsan colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger for all brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneers will bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept her head on her shoulders. I'd reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, if this is your first trip to Limsa Lominsa? Yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being the Orsia's foremost naval power. It weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess it, she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if it weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagin are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are sea-dwelling beastmen, the locals call fishbacks. In case you didn't know. Ah, at long last. Land ho! Behold, Limsa Lominsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Lemelian, the goddess of navigation.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Heh, never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become is the sort of storied personages I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on her life's voyage, till sea swallows all.
Hey, you there. Guy, I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Lominsa's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lass. I ain't got all day. Hi, Jakatsu. Jakatsu. So what I'm doing, I don't know if you read this or not, but I'm doing a full-on replay with a fresh character from ARR straight up their Dawn Trail. Because I initially played this like most of us many years ago, right? When ARR was a real slog before they made a lot of the changes to it. So I figured what better time than now when I'm both really kind of enjoying 14 again, but I really also feel like I've watched a lot of people play through different parts of the game, mostly Shadowbringers, but I really, when I started playing, remember, I came fresh off of WoW, so I treated it like WoW at the beginning. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't remember from the MSQ that I'd like to go back and experience again with a fresh Miko, because originally Sherilyn was an Elysian, And now I made Sherilyn Melkington, just, for brand recognition. But also, yeah, I've just decided to go ahead and do this again because it just seems like fun, right? And 14, I think with a lot of the discourse, and I've been going back and watching videos and listening to people talk about it, I think I did go Cat Girl. But I think one of the things that is the best part of this game is the story. But I also think having an appreciation for going through this fresh and not really having a full recollection of everything that went through on a personal level, it would be nice to do again. Now, I want to do this purely on stream. So I'm not going to play this character outside of stream. I always have my other characters that I can always go on and screw around with, including Sherilyn Prime, we'll call her. But I think it'd be nice to go back and visit some of the quests and see how the game really came along from where it was to where it is, and to get a new appreciation for it. Because that's one of the greatest parts about this game. And if at any point, that's what I'm always saying, ARR is rough, but it holds a lot of things that stay relevant. Well, I know that they've also streamlined the ARR experience quite a bit from where we first played it, right? So one of the things I'm excited about also is, like, I know what's going to happen, right? I know overall what's going to happen. But I want to be able to see those story beats again from the beginning and see again how it refreshed me on how they stayed and paid off in Endwalker, in Shadowbringers, in it throughout the story as it goes on throughout the expansions. And just to kind of go back through, and of course, you're always welcome to join whenever you want to. Like if I'm gonna go do dungeons and things like that, and you want to come and run it, more than welcome. If you want to come and do some voice acting with me, more than welcome. Whenever you're available, and that goes for any of my friends too. Anybody that's been here and played through it. And as we go through things and we get to like new expansions, I'll start to put up spoiler warnings for people that are maybe joining through. Hopefully, this will just be as much fun as I think it would be. And it's one of the things I decided to do. Like, now that I want to stream again and I feel comfortable, this is a game that I feel like I can stream without any issues. I'm not working, or at least feeling better. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about your headache. I hope you're feeling better anyway. But yeah, please no, I'm gonna control scheme. I'm gonna be using a mouse and keyboard, just because it's me, and I don't need any of that, and I don't need to. When you're ready, speak to wrist flow. Don't need the play guide, so we're gonna get rid of this off of here. God, look, base gear. I love it. What job are you going? I'm going to actually stick with Marauder. I'm kind of, so what I plan to do for this character is I plan to go Marauder, because I have all the other classes leveled. So this one I'm going to go Marauder. Then I'm going to go, Warrior. Then I will go, because I'm also familiar with, playing the Warrior. But also, then I will probably go Dancer for my, DPS class. And when I get to it, I want to try out the Alphanos class, the new class. The newer healing class. The one that he is. I forget right now. It's... Refresh me if you can. But yeah, no, I want to try some of this out and have some fun with it. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and heavy swing, and this. In all likelihood, the only thing I'll do is probably just copy my UI from my regular character to this, just so, for familiarity's sake. But I don't know, I might keep this, and we might just do this from scratch and then relearn everything. You know what? I think that's the purest way to do it. And while I may get some benefits from some of the other gear, like the XP boosts and things from the stuff that I've amassed from all the expansions, yes, I think that we're going to do that. I always default to Black Mage. I made a newer Lalafell, Delilah Labubu. Oh my god. And even she's a Black Mage. I mean, yeah, why not? Delulu Labubu. Nice. All right, so let's continue on for the moment. I'm still going to talk, but, you know, I have no problem stopping and chatting. Initiating quests. We don't need this. Accepting quests. Okay, we really don't need this. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Limsa Lominsa, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. I shall do that, Risflow. One of the things I've realized... Okay, now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. Without a bit of local knowledge, you're like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild, so I don't have to clean up any more dead cat girls. I am going to make it funny. It's not far. Just head straight down the street and you speak with Griffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Oh, and once you're there, look for a fellow named Batteron. He's the proprietor of the Wench. He might curse like an oil-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and pray the navigator guide you on your journey. Also, if you see any dead cat girls, let me know. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. You know, just once in the next expansion, we really need to petition Yoshi P to, like, put, like, some, like, street vendors like you find in New York City right out there. Like one dude with a hot dog cart and somebody else trying to sell fake watches, right? And then, like, have like, the city guard walk through and, you know, like, kind of shoo those guys away. You know, get the true New York experience. Ah, Griffar. You know what? I figured out these guys are all Welsh. That's why their names have so many freaking letters in it. Because I think that's what they were going for. God, I need Womble to tune in one day. That would be hilarious. Let's talk to Griffar here. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If you've a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's List will take you right there. Take the Crow's Lift. Oh, by the way, one of the things I noticed immediately was that they did really update all the textures. I guess in all the patches, they've gone back and started updating some of the starting textures. Look at how much nicer the models look like now than like back in the beginning, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Oh, wait, no, it's 14 years ago. Holy shit, it's been a while. I think everybody either goes to Ul'dah or over to, like, Gridania to start. I don't know how many times. I know in my original character I started in Gridania. It always seems like Gridania is a busier starting area. Even though at the end of the game, everybody hangs out in Limsa Latherite, so that's why it's like this. Okay, fine, go away. Batteron. Greetings to you, lass. Will it be? But you ain't here for the drink now, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. Name's Baderon, and this is the most hospitable of osteries in the Drowning Wench. I'm not going to try that anymore. That's just... we're going to play around with accents. So things are going to sound a little scuffed in the beginning, but that's okay. Scuff goes with the territory. Jagatsu, I tried to start the stream for an hour and realized that I had to update OBS, then a Windows update fucked around with my sound settings. Then I had to change a whole bunch of settings in OBS. So finally I got everything to work. I forgot what it was like to stream games. Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk, especially for Anlin Guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts on the account of here being a lot of trouble wherever you look. And if you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, well, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. And no one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see a people living in a fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them? After everything that's happened, Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes an ounce of sense. None of the folks that saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections from a hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's a group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say remember. Truth is, though, we ain't forgotten what they did for us. That goddamned calamity spawned memory loss, robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. It's like staring at a gull flying in the front of the sun. All you see is in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way. Give or take the odd gull. This is what the people's calling the arrows of the warriors of the light. If Lint is ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give to an adventurer effort is effort well spent. What say you, lass? You willing to lend us your strength? Me thanks to you. An old navigator and all, I knew she'd steered ye my way for a reason. But listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. It's high time we got your mark in the book. Put your scroll right there. Sherilyn Melkington, is it? A fine name it is. Congratulations. You're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Now hold on just a moment there, officer. You've got the wrong lass. This fine, upstanding young lady is me dear departed grandmother's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The last wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with the such unsavory elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Yeah, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep an eye on him. I keep an eye open at all times. Me and two or more often than not. Now, sir, what say you tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like the last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Mirthor, but that don't mean you won't get what you good and hand-picked ale. And look, there's a chair over there, just crying out to be sat on. So kick off 'em, heavy boots, eh? God, they make that's such. I have a bit of dyslexia, so when it comes to trying to read this, a little bit difficult. Sorry, I missed that. Don't take it personal, though. Us Lominsans can be an headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true. But given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh, aye. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many black belly whiskeys. And take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get you started on learning your ways of the city. Cool. First 400 kill. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken your first step as an adventurer in the city of Limsa Lominsa. Listen to the wisdom of Batteron Ten Fingers, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Hey, cool. We leveled up. Don't need to know about that. Close to home, Batteron, proprietor of the Drowning Wench, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that will help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, we need you to head down a floor and then point your nose to the west. You'll get an eye view of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetheryte device that can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetheryte where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing, strange as it sounds. It won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your venturing bits and pieces for sale in the district and what lies beyond the aetheryte. Don't go throwing your gill around just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker than you can say, "Why's me coin poster light?" Have a word with Swoll's Bleat. Instead, he's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old Octon, and he'll treat you well. And for the last me helpful hints, I suggest you meet a fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for swinging that head splitter of yours. If you join their crew, Blauthuta at the front desk is the one to get you started. Got all that, lass? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you time. take you on a little joint around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now that's the best I've got. Now that I've excuse me. Now I've best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it. There I go, sending you off without telling you something crucial. The bloody calamities made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Anywhere. While you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods that look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale of woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit. But you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Nania over yonder's been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear and see what she has to say? You're like to find yourself running odd errands in just the beginning. 1 second. Okay. Just setting up plans for breakfast tomorrow with Dad. Running errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a woman folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you have the time, I'd seek the advice of the smith here and the wench. The lads that bear a title have some fine advice for you that are just starting out in the profession. And that, my girl, is how you go on becoming a legend among venturers. Quest accepted. To leave the wench, you must accept the quest Making a Name by speaking with Nania. Actually, I'm actually feeling pretty excited about this. Let's go talk to Nania. Nania, a veteran adventurer, has some information that might be of interest to you. Well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lass. I have some information that just might help you out on the map here in Lominsa. I was passing through the bulwark hall below not long ago and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa Lominsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How did the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a good deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Grainriel, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Aldskiff. But at the Octon, Aldskiff at the Octon, being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Cool. Right. You wish to visit the bulwark hall below? The crow's lift is ready when you are. Yes, we will take that. Yes. Ah, peculiar herbs. I remember this quest. Oh, look, we have mail. Of course we have mail. We'll go turn this into Aldskiff. Yes, I'm Aldskiff. You have some herbs you wish for me to examine? Yes, I do. Hand over. Yes, as you suspected, these are highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of a somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Well, that doesn't sound good. Forgive me, I could not resist the jest. These herbs are naught more than Althic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa Lominsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, miss, but do not worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Cool. What his other quest has. Grade 1 dark matter, fire shard. We'll actually just gonna stick to the main quests for this playthrough. Even though that irks my OCD beyond anything you might imagine. Ah, another novice adventurer. Aye, Baderon has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport. The most common transportation spells make direct use of Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons behind the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing an act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Thank you, tall sir. You attune with the Aetherite. You are now able to use the return spell. I will set this as a home point. Fine morning to you, madam. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Baderon? Whatever could it... Ah, my octant. By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. Hand that over. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid. And what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? It is If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need to look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that the Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents produce a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. And visit the Marauders Guild, which I believe is here. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by simply placing your hand upon the Ethernet shards. That's fine. And we'll go ahead and activate some Ethernet shards because we're here. Oh there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are you? Any axe worth swinging needs two hands on the haft and has a blade that can make short work of a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with the deceptive swiftness and all too predictable force. Are you interested in hearing more, lass? Then why don't I give you the short version of the guild's founding history, and we can go from there. It all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy dude to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of the storm or worse, it makes sense for a crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Aye, it all started with shipbuilding and ship repair. What? Am I boring you? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose with a whirl of steel, and generally laying to waste all about you. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates where strength and skill decided your place in the world. And with an eye to assembling crews of battle-worthy raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa's enemies, the whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching o' axe fighting. And members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors that what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. And mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over. Let me know if you fancy to join our ranks. I have a feeling I'll be seeing more of you soon, lass. Well, to be honest, yes. You've decided to swing an axe with the Marauders, then. Accept. All right, then. All that needs doing now is to speak to the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen some folk slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Where Zonan's his name, put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lass. Good fortune to you. Yes, I am Zernan. Axe Master, they call me. Huh. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be powerful, an enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blathota, but once more I shall challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits as an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Yes. Very well. Your name? Attend me well, then, Sherilyn. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oftentimes be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straight away into combat that befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, little ladybugs, shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature has fallen to your blade. Terrifying. This helps with a growing problem in Limsa Lominsa. No, don't get sucked in. Right. Back through the wench. I said what I said. Go talk to Batteron. Ah, there you are, Sherilyn. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa Lominsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. And now you've got some idea of what's here, what's where. You can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lass. Stick with old Batteron and you'll go far. Ah, level 3. Only 97 more to go. No, we're not joining the Novice Network. Place of scum and villainy. And the delivery Moogle. Greetings, Tall One. I'm a delivery Moogle, Kupo. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Moogles are supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why ever would they agree to carry about letters? Why indeed? If I had my way, I'd be curled up under the canopy of a nice oak, dreaming about some beautiful Mooglet and a rainbow-colored pom-pom Kupo. But no, the moon had to go and drop from the sky, causing all of that terrible commotion. Aetherites were shattered, and the link pearls rendered useless. For moons, the poor wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating with each other beyond screaming at the top of their lungs, which no one really approved of. Kupo. That is, until the little horn ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages. At first, we were wary of showing ourselves, worried that one of you might catch and skin us. I mean, you kind of like to do that. Like every other forest furry. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we found our true calling. And I personally promised to try and not read any along the way. Kupo. Look at what we have here. 20 new letters have just arrived for you, Kupo. Your mailbox is a complete and utter mess. There wasn't any room left, so I had to send back a letter. Kupo. Oh, God. There's so much here. Oh, they got all the glam. Oh boy. We got a bunch of minions, a bunch of mounts, a bunch of glam. So yeah, we're gonna have to spend a few moments doing this, by the way, because yeah, I want to empty this mailbox, get all the glam, get all the minions. Before we go much further. Oh my God, I forgot how much shit I have. So for anybody that might be watching this, is like, oh, this looks like a fun game. Okay, so I just need to preface something. This will not happen to you. I've been playing this game since A Realm Reborn. I am replaying this from the beginning for funsies. And because I really want to play through the MSQ again. So this is not a normal thing. Go away. This is gonna be this reminds me of Chikatsu's inventory. except with mail. Yeah, so these are expansion freebies, subscription time rewards, and things like that. So if you buy the deluxe editions of the expansions, you get all the cool, fun stuff. Okay, we'll let him repopulate that mail. And let's see what we have here. We're going to go ahead and just click this. This is a mount. This is a minion. This is Fantasia. That's something fun. Aetheryte tickets. Ballroom etiquette. That's a dance. Or an emote. Mount. Minion. Mount. Minion. Barding. Minion. Mount. Minion. Yeah, we got this is a minion. I think that's a mount. Yep. Barding. That's for your chocobo. And a minion. We'll sort these. Now we'll go back to talk to them. So we've sent him with, there we go. Now we'll get the rest of our mail. I think. I'm curious. So we had 20. We have 16 more. Take all. Take all. Take all. Oh my goodness. Oh, good. We have Aetheryte tickets. Okay, now we just Go through and delete everything that we've already opened. Sorry, I wouldn't normally do this on stream, but I just want to kind of get all this stuff out of the way so that we can have... I mean, we've been up for an hour and 20 minutes. We'll be up for a little bit longer. All right, that's done. Right, I always get these things and we'll sort this. For these, we go to, I think this is for... No. Gem of the Faith should give me High Summoner Stress. That's High Summoner's Boots. Okay. Gold Chocobo Feather Exchange. So we're gonna get the Quintania mount. And then I will go for some All right. I think. Right. All right, and I think that's everything we got. You have 2 bottles of Fantasia. And we'll go run this, mapping the lower. Ah, Wharf Rats. My old enemy. Hey, Meow the cat, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Better. We have lost lambs to deal with. Looks like they're down here. Thank you. Good wishes to you too. And you know what? Bear with me for a second. Good, nice shout out. Please go follow our friend Meow the cat, who is a longtime follower of the channel, good friend to the channel. And please, if you haven't, please go consider giving them a follow over here on Twitch. Okay, and now we're gonna go find these. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go do this first. You might die. That is a possibility. But we're gonna do these. I forgot. So these are... Fates are a good way to get XP. Pretty much all throughout the game. I'm not even, you know, that is the truth. Ah, Jikatsu. Yes, also. Also, please do me a favor. If you haven't followed Jikatsu, please go check out Jikatsu. Good friend of mine is also a wonderful streamer here on Twitch, building her channel slowly but surely, and also is a fantastic person to watch playing video games as she gives some of the best commentary out there. Also, don't mention Evan in Resident Evil 6 because you'll get an earful. Ethan, excuse me, Ethan. I love the emotes, by the way, Jikatsu. I meant to tell you that the other day. Where are these sheep? Where am I? Oh, well, they're all the way over there. Not going to find them by going this way now, am I? Fuck Ethan. I still can't believe yesterday. Because what happened is after you left, I think, Hockey was going nuts about, you know, something got her pissed in the game. And she's like, fuck this, fuck that. And then I was like, yeah, and fuck Carla too. And she's like, fuck Carla. Wait, who's Carla? Ah, that was awesome. For reference, Carla is somebody that Jikatsu works with or worked with that made a comment that might have had like Jikatsu like in hot water at one point. So that's why we say fuck Carla. Also, I think Carla likes to work extra hours. Also, fuck Carla. I think this one is downstairs exit. Okay, okay. We'll go back to the main. Dinner reserved fuck Carla for anybody that is basically causing unnecessary grief for their fellow human beings or co-workers. So if you have a Carla in your life, now you know what to say. You know, just knowing what I know about the future of what's going to happen, I forgot completely about the memory loss that was caused and by the calamity. And I know the reason why that is. So that makes this even more, now this all makes much more sense. Like I said, going back and actually playing through it, things add up a little bit more. Small things that we might have forgotten. These little lammy motherfuckers here. Come here. Get maimed, bitch. There we go. Our first, like, combat quest is done. Now, I will assure you, for those of you that haven't played, these quests are basically kind of confined, kind of quests are mostly confined to the early, like, ARR style of play and to some of the, like, early Heavensward quests. They, by and large, will pretty much disappear by later in the game. Rafar, I will need your services, good lad. Take me to the drowning wench. Go turn this quest in. You've returned to me a different woman. Already your face shows a harder cast, a realization of the slaughter of which you are capable. But there is much training to be done before you will wield the axe to its fullest potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make each swing an instinctive act. You shall have this hunting log to aid you in this endeavor. Its pages are marked with opponents suitable for honing your skills. There are, of course, myriad methods by which you might improve your techniques. But when the way forward is not readily apparent, the log provides a reliable source of challenges. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step towards the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, relentless, such must be your momentum on both the practice grounds and the battlefield. Next Marauder request will be available from Wernsoin upon reaching level 5. Oh, thank you. Hunting log obtained. I'm a wet cat. But every now and then I forget how pretty even the old cities are, like Limsa. Especially in the rain. Especially with the new lighting and the new textures and things like that. Definitely brings things, makes things a little bit more fresh going through. Ah, Bataran's got something. Wait. There's another cat girl, but she's blonde. Oh, look, we get gear. On to Summerford. I shall accept this. Still in Limsa, are you, Sherilyn? How'd you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalwin, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring about a bit of life back into the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another hand or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation, and so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need any directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Will do. All right. So let's do what we let me see something. We're gonna touch this. We're gonna touch this. Touchy, touchy, touchy. Culinarian's Guild, Marauders Guild. We've got those two. We're at the Ave Castle. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go touch these things here so that we get our full aetheryte down and figured out, and also a full reign of the city. So do we have anything else? Look, we have marmot steak and mutton, a ram horn, animal skin. All of this is probably going to be useless. But for this time, for this go around, I'm going to hold on to it. Let's see. Well, that's where we got to go. But let's go down and get us some more aetherites. Aha! Here we go. That's the fisherman's one. We'll go back here. And this one's through here. God, I forgot how... You know, that... Well, look, somebody's got the starboard. Right, it's just through here. We'll get this, and then we will be good to go. I don't know if we get any achievements for this. We might. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm gonna... Oh, wait. Did we do the Hawker's Alley one? A Hawker's Alley. No, we did not. Okay, we'll go do that on our way back. Probably just ran right past the fucking thing, too. Oh, there it is, staring me right in the face. You have attuned yourself to all the Ethernet shards in Limsa Lominsa. The Zephyr Gate, the Tempest Gate, and the airship landing are now accessible as Ethernet destinations. Oh, well, then we'll take this here. Ah! Wharf rat, I see you. Haste me axe. One thing I never did is like all of my hunting logs. Yeah, what are we, level I think we're level 5. All right, so we can go back and do that later. So this playthrough, I'm going to make sure that I do all of the appropriate quests as I play through. Including the hunting logs. Also, I'm not going to be buying any of these special fancy items for this character. I already have most of them on Sherilyn anyway. Sherilyn Prime anyway. So we're not going to go through and do all that crazy shit. Now, I am going to level up crafting because I am a masochist apparently, or sadist. I'm not sure. No, masochist. And will probably like hate myself for doing that again. But, you know, it's part of the leveling process. It's one of those things that you should do. And well, gosh darn it, we're going to do that. You know, kind of getting the feeling that we might actually level faster if we do it that way. Yeah, that's definitely a nice chunk of, like, experience. Can I go in here? I can go in here. Gonna try to get some eep for this headache and work in the evening. Have the best time relearning the lore. Thank you, Chikatsu. Have a wonderful night, and I hope you feel better. I'm not going to go too much longer. It's 1:17, so I'm probably going to stop when we get to like the 2-hour mark, which is in like 10 minutes, and then come back and do an earlier stream tomorrow where I'll play through more of this in the day. Ah, you must be the adventurer Batteron promised to send along. Sherilyn Melkington, is it? Nice name. You honored his word, and so that's a good start. I'm Stalrin. The old bastard, as Batteron likely described me, and this here's my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our pirate ship like it did to so many others, and I was sore and wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Werewolf's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the fields seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. I will take Disciple of War boots. Take that XP too. Ooh, we can get a new axe. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to accept this. I have a mind to set you a task, Milkington, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, you understand. It might well be that the ones here have traded their cutlasses for coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with a gear item of level 5 or greater and speak to Stale. Okay, bitch. Helm of Light. Altered thigh boots. Azima's earrings. The Ring of Freedom. Seems good to me. Oh, I'm turning off the helm. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. Take my axe. That's right, level 7, bitch. Once again, we'll go through. We'll just equip the best gear. Ah, Melkington, that aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since we last met. I hope you've read it right. I hope I've read you right. For I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Who knows? Yes. Lurkers in the grotto. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard of rumors of the abductions citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Lominsa, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's that got to do with Summer Forward Farms, you might well ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces has been creeping up the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumor, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. There's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Sure. Good lass. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around the Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful, though, Milkington. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, all right? Will do, Captain. I do miss my mounts. We'll get them soon enough. Ah, here we go. Well, I'm in the grotto. There's some fish. Oh, that's right. There's those things in there. The aurochs. They're level 8. Looks like I got something to do. Nice. Oh, you want some? All right, come get some then. Here we go. Roll actions. So this is part of that. Well, you know what? I'm going to do this way. Berserk. Berserk will actually become very important later. This is my tanking. This is my DPS. So we'll set it up like that for now. Oh yeah, this does look a lot better than it used to. Gonna use one of these. we're gonna run away for a minute. We're gonna eat something. All right. Okay, this is bad. We're gonna use the sprint. Okay, didn't sprint far enough. Okay, that guy we're not gonna fuck with, because that guy'll just tear me an entire new asshole. Hmm. One-on-one, not a problem. Our men's report again. That doesn't seem to have the answers I need. Okay, we'll go over here. And we're just going to go for another 2 minutes. If I can't find it now, we'll just come back tomorrow and finish it up. Hmm. Or I'm dumb. There it is. We did get another entry in our farmer's log. Hunt log. You're about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. What are we, level 8? Oh, level 9. Okay.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
Big
As
angry.
I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence, nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the— Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Oh yeah, actually, we've never done this quest before. So this is cool. First duty complete. I am a fan. No pity.
Phew!
Hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again, are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our
how right
paths
you
cross
are.
again, under the light of the crystal.
All right, then we are on. This is going to seem like a good place to stop for the night. We have been live for 2 hours and 21 minutes, which is actually good. I thank you for suffering through my lack of, my poor reading skills and my terrible voice acting, but these things will improve as we get through time. I forgot how small the story starts. Elkington, right glad I am to see you safely returned. My lads were all gabbing and hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose near the grotto. I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you'd risk your life for naught. Hand over the sailor's knife. Excuse me. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye, I'd agreed that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farm hands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened gubu on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to stay on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto, a woman with a strange contraption. Ah, Ishtola. She's been in Limsa Lominsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence in the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate pasts. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Melkington. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse shape than it is. You just keep lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa to a brighter future than she deserves. The brighter future she deserves. Complete. And like I said, I believe that for the night, we shall stop there. It is 1:53. We've been alive for almost 2.5 hours now. And I would like to wind down for the night and not ruin my voice entirely. That being said, I do wish you all a very, very good evening. I wish you all the best. Thank you for taking some time out of your schedule to spend with me here. And I am going to raid my good friend AJ Watts, who is also currently playing Final Fantasy XIV, but she's just much further ahead. If you would like to stay unspoiled, if this is your first time watching, then sure, by all means, just say hello. And oh, AJ's ending the stream. All right, hang on. I'll have to find somebody else. Let me see something. Let me see if we can do this. Just bear with me for a sec, y'all. I'm going to drop you all off at Tonkinator. She is currently building, looks like a charm or of some sort. Thank you all for spending some time with me. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play a little bit more Final Fantasy XIV. Until then, I wish you all a good night. Thank you all for spending some time with me.